Hey, hey, hey! Monday time. Study Monday. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. So, this Monday's reference is there. Hey, Atsuki, how's it going? Yeah. There you go, Atsuki. Command away. Yeah, so I was thinking all weekend, like, I should stream, I should stream. I ended up just playing video games and drinking some wine. No, I don't paint. I didn't paint. I painted a little bit on the mermaid. I think Saturday morning. But other than that, come Friday at 6 o'clock, I put the pen down. Didn't draw a single thing. Maybe a little bit Saturday morning for like 30 minutes. Then I was like, nah, no painting for me. I was sitting there contemplating, like, should I start this painting? Should I start that painting? Like, no, no. I could do it theoretically. I could force it out, but there wouldn't be a joy in it. There wouldn't be excitement in painting it. So I thought, okay, I'm not gonna force that into existence. That feeling of clocking, clocking the hours to get something in there. So this all weekend was just nope, nothing. Hey Gria, how's it going? Bruno Romanos. Hey Eric Moy, how's it going? Yeah, very interesting reference. It's gonna be fun to study. I think what I'm gonna focus on this time around is the subtleties of the bright light. Like, obviously, everything is very, very white. So what I want to try to grasp is how to maintain contrast between lit and dark side. I mean, there is extremely minimal difference. It's very, very subtle, but there is difference between the light and dark, obviously. So that's something. I mean, the highest contrast point is going to be the shoulder in terms of visible volume, or maybe down here. So it's going to you're going to have to I'm going to have to require to arrange the values. My cat sneezed. And here as well. The interaction of that spot is key, I think. And then the illumination of the whole arm there is just flattening the whole depth. But it's going to be something you're going to have to deal with. Hey Sharsa, how's it going? Good morning, Zealin. 64 bits. 64 bits Zealin. In your earlier days, you were 32 bits. And later in your life, you're going to be 120. Zealin 128, right? Hey, Weeping Jay, how's it going? It's better for you? That's great, Shartha. That's important. Important that things are better. And when you were a baby Zealin, you were Zealin 8-bit. 16 in your teens. It would be cool if you had like a bit progression. Alright, anyways. And in the womb you're binary. Oh, just ones and zeros. A bit of progression. A bit. Funny guy. Ha ha. Alright. Let's start the timer. Alright, so obviously, what are you up to, cat? Weird cat. obviously I'm gonna have to have something in the background. And something I noticed right now, I didn't notice before, that it goes from brown to blue, which is interesting. Or blue, I don't know, it's kind of blue. This is yellow, gray. It needs to be a bit more like that, perhaps. Further. It's interesting. Yeah. All right. And then the sky color. More blue. More gray. Something like that. Kinda. Okay. And then the lit parts is yellow, greenish. Well, the highest are that kinda. Then there's orangey things there. So that being said, let we set up the highlights. Just some blocks, kinda. And then we choose that weird orangey, saturated, dark, kinda like that. And then we need to transition here between the two. Something like so. And then I'm gonna blur the shit out of it. Shortcuts is the best kind of cuts. Hurry up and buy. Just $9.95 Bjorn shortcuts. Hey, Amir Levy, how's it going? Iglesias Miguel. How's things? How was the weekend? Something like that. Oh. Thanks, man. I'm streaming Portal when I'm not streaming Portal. Thank you very much. Update information. No, it should be correct. Thanks for the heads up, Amir. I had absolutely forgotten. Hey, Kilrathi, how's it going? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, buddy. Okay. Time to deal with the lady. What color first? I mean, obviously, she's bright, so should we go all bright and then we paint the darkness? Let's do it. Let's do that. Let's go, because she's extremely bloomed, right? The brightest white. Let's go with this and let's see what happens. Man, she's blooming like crazy. Yeah, it's a fascinating reference. This, I found this group on Facebook. I think it's a Korean. I think it's a Korean group, and they post all these these photo shoots. It's really fascinating to look at, like the aesthetics difference. But there's a lot of, you know, like women inclining in water, or with a dress and a flower in the mouth or whatever. It's like cheesy, you know. But some are really, really good. Some are really interesting. I mean, so if you keep kind of looking, sifting through the shit, There is some gems in there, you know. Gria, yeah, yeah, it's yellow to blue, and I'm gonna set it up. I'm setting it up currently to I'm experimenting, where I'm gonna put a gradient in the silhouette. Put a gradient in the silhouette, so I get that. That feeling that it's in the bloom, right? So that's the idea of what I'm doing here. I'm prepping for complexity, whatever that means. And now, canvas flip. Let's cry. Let's look at the awfulness that is. It's pretty okay. There's some proportional issues, like the negative space here is off. Her face is off. She needs a longer neck. That needs to go higher. The ear needs to go a little bit more like that. For this needs to be more, more like that. More like that. Yes. Man, mirror flip. Flip that image is hilarious. It's such a cold shower. You really don't. You can't really be prepared for the shock of incorrect shapes. Hey, Captain Bose, how's it going? Arr! My one man wolf pack. How's it going? How's it going, buddy? How's the baby, by the way? She's settling in, finding the rhythm. You guys are able to start relaxing a little bit. The paranoia is set in. Settled the paranoia. For those who don't have children, when you do have children, you're constantly worried in the beginning. Is it breathing? Is that a choking sound? Why is the baby doing that? Like, oh. constant panic. It is what it is, right? But you can't help it because you love this little creature that you created. You just wanted the best for it, yet you're worrying, you're stressing yourself out like crazy. Hey, Dame Deviant, how's it going? And one of the worst things is when the baby, when your child gets sick for the first time. That is. Eric Boy. Yeah. Why is he sleeping so long? That's not normal, is it? And then you go poke the baby starts crying, and you go, okay, the baby is fine. Was just sleeping really, really well. Well, not anymore. Captain Bose. Well, that's great. That's great. Captain Bose, that's good. That's good. Yeah, generally the men are the anchors of emotions. Rue the day where it is a man gets worried, right? The rock is worried, and then they're like, huh, what? You're also worried? Oh no, that means it's serious. Or you're having a bad day, then everyone is having a bad day. There's some pink in the hat there, which is very interesting. Like down here, down there, here. I'm gonna need to, and there's some purple on the tip. All very, very bright, but yes, like you see that there's some purple there, some purple all over. Actually, now that I'm looking for the purple, it exists a little bit everywhere. And down there, like I said, it's pinkish, very subtle pink, like that. Yeah. They've deviant. Yeah, I know the feeling. Or when they get like I don't know the English word for it, but we call it kall soup. It's when you like gulp water when you're swimming and you go you try to get bearing or not drown, you know, because you got a throat full of you've gulped water, whatever that's called in English, I don't know. In Swedish we have a specific word for it, that action of gulping water. And then when you're in the pool with your kid, you're like, oh shit, drowning is happening. But an interesting thing with what we did with our first kid was we went to baby pool, and there you dunk the baby underneath the water. And talk about paranoia. The first time you dunk the baby under, like, you feel so bad. You hold the baby. You're like, I love you, baby, but I'm going to put you underneath the water now. That it's such, it goes against you. Like you don't drown your baby, you know. But they were when they're really small and you have prepared them for it, they absolutely love being underneath water, which is super weird. They have this babies, when you prepare them for it and you yourself do the necessary steps to set it up, the babies like lock the mouth and nose, and when they hit water, and they're like an automatic reflex that exists in small babies, which is super weird. But please don't just say to your wife like, hey, listen, I heard Bjorn say this, let's dunk the baby in the bathtub. Don't do that. You know, you gotta prepare, you gotta know what you're doing. Just don't go randomly dunk your baby now, okay? Please. Captain Boss. Yeah, I mean, sorry everyone for the cough. I mean, kids will always bump themselves. It's those big bumps that worries me. You know, when they don't stand up again. It's like, oh shit. So for me, a lot of times it's been, you know, I'm not the guy that worries either. It's like, just stand up again. It's okay, you know. Brush it off, walk away, walk it off. But it has happened a few times where it's been serious, you know. And you can't make them walk them off because they're unable to, and they need help, you know, medical. Then the tone changes instantly. But up to that point, I'm also one of those dads that can keep the cool. That I don't really worry too much because I know that the body is built quite sturdy. You know, it takes quite a lot to break a kid. But you still worry as a parent constantly. You know, the panic sets in. Eric Mui. Yeah, exactly. Ah! And then the kid's like, "Oh shit! Why is the parent screaming? It gotta be serious." And then they start like looking around and screaming like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!" Best is to like internally go, "Ah, baby, don't die," but outwards you just go, "It's okay. Oh, there we go. It's okay. It's just a little bit of nosebleed. It'll pass." But internally, it's like running around, flailing your arms. Outwards, it's like you don't give. It's okay. It's just it's a big old bump on the head. Don't you worry. It's okay. Zealand, yeah, absolutely. You can hear the difference as well. One experience that I had that was quite first time, which was horrible. One of them was when my daughter, she's autistic, so she can't express, you know, like where it hurts, how it hurts, if it hurts, you know. So it's like you gotta guess what's wrong with her. And one time she fell off like a bench. We weren't there, we just heard the thud. We were in the kitchen and we had like a post-party family party. There was a bench, you know, so that we could all fit. And we just heard that thud, like floor thud, like oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and ran and looked. And she came. Clearly you could see that she had banged her head, but then she just kind of started slow blinking and wanting to lay down and sleep and started vomiting, and it was instant panic. So obviously she had a concussion. But the problem there is like you can't ask her how she's feeling. If anything is, you know, does it feel like it's broken, or you just have to I don't know what you gotta do with her. Hope for the best. That's kind of it. Because she can't express what's wrong, you know. That's one of the worst things. And even much so as a parent, as a father, when you can't, you know, you can't get words out of her. What's wrong? Yeah, so it's that was obviously. Oh, her face is way off. So so that was obviously like you you there was no question about it that she had hit her head, you know, that she was worse off. But like those situations, like I said, you know that something is wrong. It's not that fake cry, or it's a completely different tone that you know, like, oh shit, okay, this is serious. But I mean, personally, for me, when I was young, I hurt myself all the time. So I think my mother and father were just like, they stopped caring. It's like, oh, he hurt himself again. All right, let's go to the hospital and stitch the boy together again. And I'm like rah, rah, running around like crazy, like a madman. What is it? Parenting, you know. It's so interesting. Also, like compared to how things were when I was little, compared to how my son has it when he was little, it's not even the same world. We could might as well be in a different planet, more or less. Which makes me think, you know, like what uh, Dame Deviant, yeah, exactly. Like like I was saying, comparatively to my son's childhood and my childhood, the absolute polar opposite, more or less, situations that they're in versus what I was doing and what I was experiencing. You know, should you want your childhood for your kid, or is the fact that my childhood what was the product of my scenario, living situation, life, parents, so on, and that the best situation is not to be nostalgic, but help my son get his unique childhood. You know, there's a difference there. I don't know if it makes any sense of what I'm trying to say, but I mean, some parents clamors on, oh, it was better before, right, and try to hold on to the past, which, you know, you can argue that if it's good or bad. What's the best, you know? Food for thought, right? Hey, Ricky. Eric Moore, yeah. I was one of those kids as well, and my son as well. He he busted the same lip or the mouth like 3 times in the span of 3 months, to the point where we were going to the A&E emergency room, like worried the social services would come and like, okay, what the hell are you doing to your kid? Why is the kid here all the time? And then the kid came as my son, he broke his collarbone by running in the hallway and taking the corner too fast, so he slid and dropped straight on his shoulder and broke his collarbone. He was spinning around in the living room and fell straight on the coffee table on the bridge of his nose, so he had like a Batman sign on his face. Of course, we had to go x-ray his head, and it was like, please don't take our kid away. We are not abusive, like, promise. It's just a wild kid. And he is wild. And then later on, when he was a little bit higher, he was swinging in a hammock, and the hammock, or the boy that was swinging him, flipped him. So he flipped again and broke the same collarbone one more time. And it was like, what? Kid, come on, kid. What? Okay, I'm tired of patching you together. And I can imagine my mom and dad all thinking the same, like, come on, kid. I know it's fun to play, but do you need to break yourself all the time? Yeah, you broke the kid again. Gria, yeah, I'm trying to force it somewhat. Like, obviously it's not correct. I'm way off. But what I'm trying to look for is the kind of like the cool, warm interaction. So it's going to be discrepancies. But that's okay, I think, because I'm studying the tone, the contrast, how to get it, how to get that relationship down. Not so much as reproducing the photo correctly, but I'm looking at the relationship of it all. You know, that's what I'm going for. Like I mentioned, I wanted to do the gradient and then paint on top of the gradient to make sure that the transition between cool and warm that exists in the background also exists in her and in the dress. And the contrast is over here that I need to boost a bit. That's why I'm going back over it, because I need to also have some accents, which is more like there. I'm looking at that accent. That accent. Like wanting to get that kind of subsurface scattering. But I'm still not cool enough. Like, I really need to put in way more blue, purple, like that almost. That's way too purple, but let's mute it down a bit. Yeah, a little bit more like that to bounce the skylight. I'm gonna have to hue shift it slightly more warmer and desaturate it. Kind of like that. Her face is obviously butchered. Poor face. Poor woman. This roadkill of a gracious face, and I just bastardize it absolutely horrifically. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really worried about my kids that much, except my daughter when she kind of turtles up because it hurts, whatever it is, and you don't know what it is, and you have to figure it out. That is stressful. And then also you don't know if it's her ventilating emotions by repeating the same phrase, which in this instance would be it hurts, or if it's actually hurting, which you also don't know, and all the strange behavior that comes with it. It's just very stressful when it comes to her. But it is what it is. You do your best to keep her alive and healthy, and that's all you can do, you know. And I'm a strong believer that you can't really worry too much. What has happened is happened. Like, I can't change the fact that she has autism. I can't remove it from her, even though I would gladly take it for her, you know, so that she can become normal and I won't be. But that's not the case. So what I got to do is make the best out of it, and that's all we can do, right? And some last touches behind her. I feel like I want some texture in the background, some directional texture, a little bit, just to make it less of a perfect gradient and a little bit more of things to bite into. And then I have to call it finished. Okay, that has to be it. Tour mode, yeah, exactly. All right. Man, that face. My face is horrendous. But it was a good study. Fun study. I had lots of fun. So, who should we rate? All right, we're gonna rate someone. What was the nickname? So we're gonna rate John Spur, doing some environment. And if you want the reference, 'ref to get the URL for the picture if you want to do the study. Have a great day. Good night if you're that part of the world. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I might do a lunch stream. It looks like it. Or I'll go outside and draw. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, tomorrow morning is going to be another stream. I'm going to take you to the raid after the outro, so hang tight. And bye, everyone.
Bye.